Vicki Gunvalson never imagined that a relaxing time in Mexico would turn into a wave of panic among her fans. What started as a normal day quickly became a storm of messages, headlines, and fear, all because of the violent events that suddenly made international news. Social media began to explode with one question: is Vicki safe? For hours, no one had a clear answer. Her followers kept refreshing her Instagram, scanning every story, every comment, every detail for a sign that she was okay. In the world of reality television, Vicki has always been known for being loud, emotional, and completely unfiltered, but in that moment, the silence around her felt different. It felt heavy. It felt real. Then came the update that changed everything. Vicki finally spoke, and her message was simple but powerful. She was not in Mexico at the time of the violence. She was safe. And just like that, a wave of relief swept through her fan base. But the story didn't end there, because what she said next revealed a much deeper emotional layer. Even though she wasn't physically there, her heart was. Puerto Vallarta is not just a vacation spot for Vicki. It's a place filled with memories, a second home, a location where she has spent time laughing with friends, enjoying the ocean, and building a life outside of the cameras. Hearing about the violence in a place that means so much to her hit differently. You could feel it in her words. This wasn't just a celebrity addressing a headline. This was someone reacting to pain in a place she loves. She asked for prayers, not for herself, but for the people who were actually there. For the families, for the community, for everyone affected by the fear and the chaos. And that's the moment when the narrative shifted from celebrity drama to human emotion. Because fans weren't just relieved that Vicki was safe. They were moved by the way she responded. In a world where social media often turns everything into attention-seeking moments, her message felt genuine. No theatrics, no exaggeration, just gratitude, concern, and empathy. It also reminded people why Vicki Gunvalson has remained such a talked-about figure for so many years. She may be known as the OG of the OC, the woman who built an empire on reality TV by sharing every detail of her life, but beyond the iconic moments, the arguments, the unforgettable one-liners, there is a person who forms real connections to the places and people around her. And this situation exposed that side again. Fans started sharing their own stories in the comments. Some were in Mexico, some had family there, some had traveled to Puerto Vallarta because of Vicki's posts over the years. What began as fear turned into a conversation about safety, about travel, about how quickly life can change. The emotional connection grew stronger. Because when a public figure reacts in a real and human way, it reminds everyone that the line between celebrity and audience isn't as big as it seems. Fear is universal. Relief is universal. Praying for strangers in a dangerous situation is universal. This is also why the story spread so fast. It wasn't just about violence in Mexico. It was about a familiar face being connected to a frightening situation. It was about the uncertainty, the waiting, the need for reassurance. And when that reassurance finally came, it created one of those rare internet moments where the comment section was filled with love instead of criticism. People told her they were glad she was safe. They thanked her for speaking up. They sent prayers back. In the middle of a news cycle that is usually driven by controversy, this became a story about relief and compassion. It also showed how quickly misinformation and assumptions can travel. The moment fans heard about the violence, many assumed she was there. That assumption turned into viral concern within minutes. It's a reflection of how closely audiences follow the lives of reality stars. They don't just watch them on TV anymore. They track their locations, their vacations, their daily routines through social media. So when something dangerous happens in a place that a celebrity frequently visits, the fear feels personal. For Vicki, this was also a reminder of how much people still care about her. Years after her peak RHOC seasons, years after cast changes and new storylines, she still has an audience that reacts instantly when they think she might be in danger. That kind of connection can't be manufactured. It's built over time through vulnerability, through sharing real moments, through letting people see both the glamorous and the messy sides of life. And that's exactly what she has done for more than a decade. But beyond the reality TV legacy, Beyond the headlines and the viral posts, there is a deeper life lesson in this moment. We often wait for a crisis to remind us to check on people. We wait for bad news to send prayers. We assume there will always be another time to say we care. This situation forced thousands of people to pause and feel something real at the same time. Concern, empathy, relief. It turned a breaking news story into a shared emotional experience. And for Vicki, it became an opportunity to use her platform not for attention, but for awareness and compassion. She didn't make the story about herself. She redirected the focus to the victims, to the community, to the people who were actually living through the fear. That's why her message resonated. Because it came from a place of gratitude and perspective. In the end, the biggest takeaway isn't just that Vicki Gunvalson is safe. It's how quickly a moment of uncertainty can remind us what really matters. Safety, connection, community, and the power of using your voice to send love instead of panic. The headlines will fade, the news cycle will move on. But the emotional reaction from fans, the relief, and the compassion that followed will remain one of those rare moments where reality TV, real life, and real human feeling all came together at once. And for Vicki, it was a powerful reminder that even when you're miles away from danger, your heart can still be deeply connected to the people and places you love. Because sometimes the most important words a public figure can say aren't dramatic or controversial. Sometimes the most powerful message is simply, "I'm safe, and I'm praying for you."